Utimaco and from freshworks. So do come by and to watch the presentation live in 5 minutes time.
The new digital era has reshaped business, work culture. The new digital era has reshaped business, work cultures, and accelerated digital transformation. The traditional borders of business have changed as they move to the cloud. Billions of IoT and endpoint connected devices result in a zero-trust environment with heightened cybersecurity threats. Today's complexity in enterprise IT and business operations call for a new generation of distribution partners for your businesses. Truvisor is the next-gen distributor for cybersecurity.
Guys, can
Asset
you join the
visibility,
session because we are
IT
giving away
and enterprise service automation,
watch.
data
So
management
the
and
chances
protection.
very high to
We
win
have
an
the
Apple
experience,
SE watch.
expertise,
So please come by
and
the
partner
booth right
network
now
across
because we are
Asia
gonna
to
start
help your business
our live
navigate these
stream
challenges
session in 3
and
minutes
take
time.
advantage of the opportunities in this new digital world. We empower partners to transit into cloud-based services model to reduce cost, expand managed service portfolio, and improve customer retention. We accelerate time to market for promising technology leaders to expand into the Asia market. Enabler of change for the new digital era. Let's innovate and reimagine growth together. The new digital era has reshaped business, work cultures, and accelerated digital transformation. The traditional borders of business have changed as they move to the cloud. Billions of IoT and endpoint connected devices result in a zero-trust environment with heightened cybersecurity threats. Today's complexity in enterprise IT and business operations call for a new generation of distribution partners for your businesses. Truvisor is the next-gen distributor for cybersecurity. Asset visibility, IT and enterprise service automation, data management and protection. We have the experience, expertise, and partner network across Asia to help your business navigate these challenges and take advantage of the opportunities in this new digital world. We empower partners to transit into cloud-based services model to reduce cost, expand managed service portfolio, and improve customer retention. We accelerate time to market for promising technology leaders to expand into the Asia market. We are the enabler of change for the new digital era. Let's innovate and reimagine growth together. The new digital era has reshaped business, work cultures, and accelerated digital transformation. The traditional borders of business have changed as they move to the cloud. Billions of IoT and endpoint connected devices result in a zero-trust environment with heightened cybersecurity threats. Today's complexity in enterprise IT and business operations call for a new generation of distribution partners for your businesses. Truvisor is the next-gen distributor for cybersecurity. Asset visibility, IT and enterprise service automation, data management and protection. We have the experience, expertise, and partner network across Asia to help your business navigate these challenges and take advantage of the opportunities in this new digital world. We empower partners to transit into cloud-based services model to reduce cost, expand managed service portfolio, and improve customer retention. We accelerate time to market for promising technology leaders to expand into the Asia market. We are the enabler of change for the new digital era. Let's innovate and reimagine growth. The new digital era has reshaped business, work cultures, and accelerated digital transformation. The traditional borders of business have changed as they move to the cloud. Billions of IoT and endpoint connected devices result in a zero-trust environment with heightened cybersecurity threats. Today's complexity in enterprise IT and business operations call for a new generation of distribution partners for your businesses. Truvisor is the next-gen distributor for cybersecurity, asset visibility, IT and enterprise service automation, data management and protection. We have the experience, expertise, and partner network across Asia to help your business navigate these challenges and take advantage of the opportunities in this new digital world. We empower partners to transit into cloud-based services model to reduce cost, expand managed service portfolio, and improve customer retention. We accelerate time to market for promising technology leaders to expand into the Asia market. We are the enabler of change for the new digital era. Let's innovate and reimagine growth together.
Our Apple SE watch. So can Truvisor staff invite all our guests to come in and stand a chance to win an Apple SE watch. Okay? So first of all, welcome to the live stream. We have audience on site at the same time. You may not see them. I know they are actually standing beyond the booth. So we want to invite our speakers. We have Jaden from Cybereason, and we have also Posun from utimaco, and we have FT or Francis from freshworks. And first of all, I want to thank all of you. So you may be thinking, what is a tech tank? So let me play you a video so you can understand what are we going after. All right, those who are waiting here, I want to please come in because you get a chance to win an Apple SE watch. So please come in while you are having lunch. You know, I know you can see us, you can hear us. Please come in and just drop your card because every session we're going to give away an Apple SE watch. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce our speaker. Our first speaker is Jaden. 1 second, let me see, Jaden. All right. So we want to welcome Jaden. Jaden is going to share with us the Cybereason XDR. And the better thing is not to talk through slide, but because he has prepared a really wonderful presentation and a demo for us. So let's welcome Jaden.
Thank you. Hold on. Just let me switch to my laptop. Hold on. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jaden. I'm the sales engineer for Cybereason. For those who are interested in XDR, please feel free to join the crowd and have a session with us on Cybereason XDR. Right. Okay, so there will not be any slides, and I will be doing a demo instead. So for better visualization and better understanding of what is XDR. Okay, just give me a while. All right, so for XDR, I think it's pretty new in the market, right? The full term for XDR is called Extended Detection and Response. So it's a new tech that built on top of your existing EPP, EDR solution. So XDR is really, a technology that brings out the most security value to your organization. So what is XDR? XDR is really, ingesting logs from your different security solutions within your organization, right? It can be from your workspace, for example, Office 365, Google Workspace. Can be from your network devices, from like Fortinet, Checkpoint, or Palo Alto, any firewall solutions. So why do we want to actually ingest all these logs from different security solutions, right? And when we ingest the logs or security events from all these different security solutions, you may think, what is the difference between XDR as well as SIEM, right? So a SIEM is really ingesting all the raw logs from your different security solutions, and you build rules on top of your SIEM to actually trigger alerts. But for most organizations will have difficulty or challenges like shortage of manpower, right? And your security analysts will basically chase after alerts, right? But Cybereason's vision is really operation-centric, right? For example, if you just chase after alerts, your security analysts will not be able to analyze every single alert within your organization within a day. So Cybereason basically ingests security-related events from any security solution. So that is the difference. We are open XDR platform, which means that any security solutions that you have today will be able to ingest it, and as long as it brings security value to your organization. All right. So this is the dashboard for Cybereason XDR. As you can see, the total events that ingested, it's 129K. But this is the raw telemetry data or events that we ingested. So out of this huge number of events that we collect, there's only 25 suspicious events. All right, and every single events that we ingest, right, we will map to MITRE attack techniques and as well as tactics. So what does it mean? It means that we will tell you that what is your, how is your environment, how is your organization is being targeted, what tactics and what techniques is used by the attacker to actually target at your organization. For example, out of these 25 incidents, initial access stands the most tactics used by the attacker, as well as execution and credential theft. Right? Tactics-wise, we do see scripting, credential theft, as well as phishing. So here within the organization, you will do some security hygiene. For example, phishing, if it's one of the top tactics or techniques used by the attacker, then you will come out with more awareness training, for example, right? And following, these are the suspicious events that generated or collected by Cybereason, right? From the raw telemetry, but we actually ingest it and bring it up as a suspicious events. As you can see, that's Fortinet, that's Netscope, that's Microsoft, that's OneLogin, any security solutions, right? Because today every organization would choose the best solution for the organization, may not be choosing one single solution for one stop house, right? And we don't just blindly collect raw telemetry data. For example, in this case, right, when we actually collect the events from Fortinet, FortiGate, we basically further enrich the data, and all of this is done automatically through our artificial intelligence, right? Like for example, we map to the MITRE attack tactic and technique, right? In this case, it's initial access as well as drive-by compromise, right? And yeah, basically, this is basically enriching the data, bringing more security value for your organization. Now I will show the interesting part. So what you are seeing here is the full attack story for Cybereason XDR. In this scenario, it's an email phishing leading to data exfiltration. And this use case is still very classic and very relatable for every single organization. Especially now, phishing attacks are still on the rise, right? So in the first event, we can see on the 7th September, we do see a phishing, right, and targeted at david.tan crx lab.co. Now, if we click at this event itself, we can see the data sources that we got this event from is from your Microsoft 365 as well as your Proofpoint. All right, and these are the two different solutions. We basically aggregate them together. So how are we doing that is by our strong cross-machine correlation engine, right? And from Microsoft, it's telling us it's a phishing email, right, from impersonation domain. From Proofpoint, it's telling us it's an imposter. Now, these are two different solutions, but how are we able to actually map them into one single event? It's because, number one, identity. The target account is the same, David Tan, right? And we can see that the time that happens is really shortly, like 2 minutes. Like different solutions trigger the alert. So just imagine security analysts now will have to handle two solutions. They have to log into Microsoft as well as Proofpoint to manually investigate the event. This will basically contribute to more time spent investigating on the events itself. But with Cybereason XDR, under one single UI, you'll be able to understand in this particular event, what solutions has been caught, like this action, right? We can see the source identity is from sales.admin@lazada.com, but it's double D. So this basically match the storytelling from Microsoft 365 as well as Proofpoint, right? Now, moving on. After the phishing email is being delivered, we do see a suspicious URL that is being clicked by the user, right? So we got this event from Defender endpoint. Now, today, it may be Microsoft Defender. It can be any of your web security solution, right? As long as we detect the event, we automatically correlate this event into an attack story. So that means to say after the phishing email is being delivered, the employee, David Tan, basically click on the suspicious URL. And what happens next is, after David actually click on the URL, Mimikatz happen. And this actually triggered by Cybereason and GAV. It can be Trend Micro, it can be any of the AV solutions in the market. So what happens next? We can see that so Mimikatz is basically a credential theft tool. So we can see that the attacker basically gained the credentials. So what they do after that is they will try to sign in with the credentials that they got from David, right? So we also saw this unfamiliar sign in from Microsoft Azure AD. So it can be on your on-prem AD or Azure AD, right? And the same thing, the identity is David Tan. And we tell you the source IP of that. And most importantly, we tell you that the tactics and techniques used by the attacker map to the MITRE attack. Okay? Following, we do see a mass download of data from Microsoft Defender Cloud Apps, probably OneDrive, right? The same thing, David Tan. And last but not least, we do see a bulk delete from Netscope. This is most probably your CASB or your cloud DLP that trigger this alert. Now just imagine in this event itself, how many data sources that we ingest? 7. Which means that you will probably trigger 7 different alerts. And you have to actually manually investigate all these 7 alerts one by one. But in one single UI with Cybereason OpenXDR, you will be very easily understand the full attack story from the very initial first step all the way tracking every single activity done by the attacker. And all of these are done automatically, right? Which means that our cross-machine correlation engine will do the work. You may ask, what is the logic behind, right? The logic very simple. From the security events that we ingest, we know the identity, David.Tan, and subsequently we notice the time that the alerts triggered from different security solution matches with the story. And basically we automatically map into the attack story. Now, we also tell you the scope of the attack, how many assets that is being infected, how many users, what are the steps taken by the attacker, and most importantly, not just telling you the attack story, we will be able to actually allow you to actually do response, right? Currently, we can do response from the UI to your AD, to your firewall, right? Subsequently, we will be adding more. But at the same time, all the recommended response will be automatically generated, which means that your security analysts, after this incident happened, they don't need to scratch their head and think, what should I do with this security incident, right? So that is basically Cybereason XDR. And to highlight, we are the OpenXDR. Really, we will sit down with you and understand your use case, understand what security solutions that you have within your environment, and what security value that we wish to bring, or how Cybereason can bring security value to your organization. Right. That's my end of demo. Any question or?
Thank you. So I guess for the question here is, how is can you explain the whole operational centric security and the uniqueness of MalOps? I know you have covered that. Maybe you want to highlight in summary what exactly the difference.
Yep. So the traditional security is alert centric, which means that you are actually chasing after alerts one by one, investigating. So Cybereason is operation centric, which means that we utilize our technology to actually automatically do cross-machine correlation and form it into a malloc. Malloc is a short term, but full term is called malicious operation. So we collect the telemetry data, enriching the data, adding with suspicions and evidence, and malloc basically creates efficiency for the security analyst as well as efficacy. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. For those who have questions or you want to know more about Cybereason, please stop by the booth here, and he can do more demo and explain to you more the excitement of XDR. Okay, essentially, it is really helping you to track attacks and auto-generate response, and that really save all the analyst time, right? Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you. Next week, can you hear me? Next, we want to welcome FT from Freshworks. So now, after we know that, the XDR, we want to know how Freshworks, and can put together the IT ops and SecOps, coming together with a complete story.
Thanks, Joseph. I can use the clicker, right? I don't know. That is mine. Hi guys, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Very well, right? My name is Francois, you can call me FT. I'm from Freshworks. And today I just have a very important message to all the cybersecurity experts that are all around in our midst today. You deal with cybersecurity, you deal with cyber ops, you deal with operations even, right? One-stop shop. It's never easy. But today let me share with you how Freshworks can help you manage your security as well as your IT operations together, right? Seamlessly and painlessly. So this session that I have is how to actually optimize AI as well. There's been many sessions talking about AI, how it can help all of us. And this is part of it where AI actually helps you in your IT operations. So I've been around a while, 28 years. I started with GovTech many years when it was called NCB, but that's another story. The agenda today is very simple. I'll share a bit about Freshworks. If you have not heard about Freshworks, we've been around for a long time. And I'll share with you the growing threat landscape, why digital transformation is an imperative today. Okay, I think all of you that's listening, you hear this every other day. Transformation, but how to get there? And we'll just break down into little bite-sized pieces for you to right-size your IT service management. Okay? So Freshworks at a glance. You've heard of us, you've seen us. We've been around since 2010. We are listed on NASDAQ for a while already. And we have 65,000 over customers, right, globally. Internally at Freshworks, we have over 5,000 strong staff. And we use our own services, right? We have IT security also running. We protect our own cloud solution. And definitely we're compliant, which I'll share with you in a little slide later on. Over 60,000 customers today globally trusted us on our cloud platform, secured, and also running 24/7, 99.98% uptime all the time. So we know this, right? Everybody here, if you're listening, there is a growing threat landscape. Like it or not, even last week, we hear about outages. We hear about cyber attacks. Even recently in the US, if you are in LA, all the casinos were sort of hacked. If you are following the story, the threat landscape is very real. How do we do this, right? There's a lot of statistics, but simply it shows that the cyber attacks are becoming more targeted. They know who you are, they know where you are, and they know how to attack you. 66% of all customers today have experienced cyber attacks. Look at all the other providers here today. You go to their booths, you hear a story, how their customers have been compromised and how they saved them, right? These are real stories, and this is not statistics. It's something that's happening every day. And that happens when you're running IT ops as well. Okay, so bear in mind, this is something very real. And 45% of the people have said their internal processes somehow, after they do their post-mortem, they realize there are gaps within their IT ops. Has something been patched? Is there an IT asset that's in the system that's not been recognized? How do they control all this? Somebody escalate a ticket It is really a red flag, but nobody picked it up. Why? Right? So all these are gaps in the security infrastructure that happens in the IT ops level. So there's a quote that says, right, cybercrime will cost millions of dollars, 10.5 trillion annually by 2025. That's just 2 years from now. So we talk about digital transformation. Why is it important? Mainly 4 very, very simple points. You need to increase your agility to react to what's happening in the market, right? You need to be efficient. How do you do that? You need to know what's happening in your ecosystem. You know what's available, what's not available, what's uptime. You need to also improve your customer and your employee. A lot of the times, like it or not, some cyber attacks and some loopholes are caused by internal folks which are not happy with the system. Somebody forgot to patch, leak a password out, paste a password on a post-it pad on their laptop, right? That happens all the time. I'm sure none of you are guilty of that because you're experts today. Right? Cost savings is one thing that everybody is looking at today. Look at all the solutions. Look at all the customers that's coming to you. How much is it? Can I save for cheaper? Can I get a discount? I think I see a lot of smiling faces. That's true, right? Everybody wants a discount. But what everybody is looking at from transformation, you want to enhance your security. What is enhanced security? There's so many facets of security today, right? Is it outside security, internal security, email security? The vendors here today and all the partners here today with us will tell you the same thing. They can do that for you, right? But how are you going to manage it if you only have 1, 2, 3 people in your team? How do you optimize that? AI can help you. So there is there's a need for increased measures today, all around, to protect your IT infrastructure and your data structure and even your employee information. So for Freshworks, right, we believe that ITSM is actually the foundation for stronger security measures today. Why? In ITSM, as you are familiar with ITSM, IT Service Management, 4 components, right? You talk about incident management. When you have an escalation from any of your security solutions, where does it go? Is it a red flag? Is it something that's real? What if it's not? Where do you deflect it to? Who does it go to? What kind of data do you see? Incident management is something that you need to look at. Your asset management, simply, if your assets are not managed, you don't know what you have in your ecosystem, how many laptops, how many mobile devices, how do you control? That is a security measure and a lapse by itself if you don't have that under your control. Of course, you need to proactively monitor. There's many dashboards out there, but how many dashboards is going to give you the answer that you need when it happens, right? And of course, you need to make sure there's uptime. How many of you were impacted by DBS? Am I supposed to say their name? I see everybody's hands coming up, right? The uptime. What's the answer? There's a glitch, overheating. How many banks were down? I know people queuing up to buy Toto, they couldn't buy, they're complaining, right? Because they can't pay. So these are all systems that needs to be secured. We'll never know. I'm not saying that was a security breach, but you need to have service continuity all the time. So right now, today, everybody is talking about how do I do a right size IT service management? What is right size? It depends on what you need. Are we overpaying today for IT service management? Are we having an elephant in your entire system today? Ask yourself, how many parts of this solution that you have bought over the last 2 years that you're paying millions of dollars for, you're actually using? Your own staff actually knows what is going on. How can you train the new people? Attrition is real, right? Attrition is real. How many of these new people coming on board can intuitively start to use your system? Think about it. If it's very complex, it's very difficult. So, defining the right size IT service management is very easy. Today we talk about AI. Why not let AI help you? How do you do that? Right, you got all your LLM models and everything else. How does AI help you? You have to think about, you can't be a giant all the time. Some of us start at small, right? You want to start at a small department, you want to scale. Do other solutions allow you to do that as you grow? Or maybe you have the right size. Can we grow smaller with you? Is it more effective with you? What are the essential capabilities you need for IT service management? Incident management, problem management, or is it asset management? Which one comes first? I've spoken to many customers. There is a gap when it comes to incident management, something that flags out immediately. There's also a gap in IT in asset management. Everybody brings their own devices today. How can you control what goes inside your network, right? And of course, you need to extend beyond IT. Beyond IT means your HR, your legal, even maybe your finance. How can this IT service management extend beyond and give you a full enterprise service management platform, right? So with this, I just want to have a quick shout out to Fresh Service. Fresh Service is something that a lot of our customers have been using today from an IT service management perspective. We built it from the ground up. It is our own solution. We didn't cobble this together with duct tape, right? It's actually built with the customer in mind. Number one is intuitive. If you have a chance, come to our booth. We show you how easy it is for even you to build your own models, right? It's all configuration. Very little customization, okay? Everything is built low code, no code. It's intelligent because with AI now, we actually built AI inside. It actually identifies what is your need. It caters to each of your agents or even your staff or your employees and your customers. So Freshworks actually extends beyond just internal stuff. We also supply solutions to the customer itself from a customer experience perspective. It is definitely scalable. We are on the cloud, right? It's not on-prem. So you can grow from maybe 5 agents, 10 agents to a few hundred, depending on how you want to scale. There's not a commitment to you to say, oh, I need to buy 20,000 people right now. No. Fresh Service is very simple. Whoever that uses the system, technically we don't charge. We actually just charge you for the agents that's actually doing the real work. Even the approvals itself, there's another scheme for it. If you're interested, I'm happy to share that with you. And definitely for Freshworks, we have 65,000 customers globally today, yeah? And we have almost, our set score is, I think, 90%. Right? Our retention rate also 90%. Customers are important to us. Partners are important to us. We have a full framework of bringing you on board. Once you're on board, we have a customer success manager that looks after you. We have other agents and partners that looks after you to make sure that your onboarding, which is really quick because it's low code, no code, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, we get you up and running. You see your ROI. Then after that, you are just becoming part of that community of the 65,000 customers globally, right, for Freshworks. So in a nutshell, if you're looking, and I'm seeing all the IT folks that want to understand the structure is very simple, right? It's secure, scalable, we are compliant to cloud. I'll show you a bit about all our compliance that's in a slide later. ITSM, ITOM, ITAM, project management, and I mentioned enterprise service management across the board. All based on AI. We have analytics. You like to see data, we can give you data, right? There's automation, and what makes us fast is because everything is automated for you today already. Then of course we orchestrate all your workflows. All designed from the start, low code, no code. And of course we've got APIs, we are on the marketplace, we interact with all our friends down here across Govware, and then we collaborate, and then of course from a marketplace perspective, we're very strong with AWS, okay? Now, so from a resilience perspective, I just have one shot to show you that from a confidentiality, it's all secured within Freshworks. The encryption is all there. We have the availability of uptime. We have a website that actually tells you how long, how fast, if there's any downtime at all. And after that, of course, we have all the audit logs if you need, because again, we are compliant, right? The GDPR and everything else. Then we have our DR solutions globally. So again, 65,000 customers can't be wrong with us for many years. So our approach, right, for governance and security is very simple. We protect your data. We have multi-tiered data models that actually make sure your data is not compromised. Each of the customers have your own instance, so there's no cross-referencing, right? We have a secure build, end-to-end security from a product lifecycle when we built it ourselves. Then of course, the infrastructure is there, it's always on, and the governance. This is a slide I wanted to show you. From a security and compliance perspective, we are SOC 2 compliant, GDPR ready. We have customers in Europe, UK, Africa, and we're also being used by the Singapore government today. Okay, the Gov folks that are here, you know that you're using us, although I'm not supposed to say it, so don't quote me. We're HIPAA ready, and of course all the cybersecurity parts of it, we are certified. We can have an in-depth discussion if you need to understand a bit more of how compliant we are. Happy to have our secure ops to talk to you today. So, in a nutshell, again, let me summarize. The difference with Fresh Service is this. We pride ourselves having fast ROI. We don't take 9 months to implement. By the time your team may have changed, right? 4, 8 weeks. Our deployment is very fast, low code, no code. We start by understanding what you need. Like I said earlier, right? Incident management or problem management or asset management. What starts? What do you need to solve? We solve that first. You see the ROI, and the rest just comes in because it's all on the same configured platform, all on cloud. Then there's no hidden cost, right? There's no such thing as you come on board, next year I charge you another 20, 50,000% more. We don't do that. It's all up front. And this is built with the customers, again, in mind. And that's the value that we provide. So I will summarize this quickly, and this is my last slide, I believe. We will boost all your agents' productivity. Right now, the important thing is we can't hire anybody that we want. We want to keep the people that are good, right? But we want to optimize their time. You can't work them 24/7. They will leave your company. Once you give AI to them, you give them a solution that they can work effortlessly, help to deflect more tickets at the zero level. It makes their life a bit easier, right? You also give more engaging employee experience. That means if you have an issue internally, can I get my tickets resolved quickly? So within Freshworks, when I onboarded, when I started, that was during COVID, right? I didn't have to see anybody, but everything was done online. And everything was configured for me and sent to me. I had issues, I raised a ticket, people just approve. It's very, very efficient. And of course, you want to consolidate your IT service management, your security ops into one platform if possible. Today, you have too many things to manage. You all need a life, right? So one platform, one neck to choke, and one team to just run it all. And of course, you need to align your work to your business priorities. And the priorities change. We spoke about it earlier. There's many, many things that's happening in the market. You need to be agile. Can you be agile to go and swing? Your company might buy somebody else and you need to include another team. How fast do you scale? Freshworks can do that for you. All right, so from some statistics, 40% increase in agent productivity, 46% in resolution with virtual agents. That means you don't have to hire new people. You have 356% ROI in less than 6 months. This is real. Okay, these are numbers that we can actually supply the information if you want to. Then of course, 96% of the customers I mentioned, the CSAT scores have gone up. They are very happy and they are just very convinced using Freshworks. So my message to all of the IT experts here today, how do you marry security and operations? Freshworks has done this. We use this internally and we are encompass ourselves with the cybersecurity framework. So if you have any questions, just reach out to us. We'll share the best practices with you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, FT. Thank you. Thank you. We do have a prize that we want to give away, but at the same time, please stay because we're going to do, after this session, we're going to do a lucky draw where you will stand a chance to win an Apple SE watch. Okay, so just after our last speaker, we will have the draw. In the meantime, I have a really nice Freshworks power bank to give away. So I just wanted to ask one question. What is Freshworks trying to address? What is the gaps? What are the gaps that he has mentioned? You know, in terms of IT gaps, what is the gap?
Incident management. Okay.
Asset management.
Incident management and asset management. Yes, thank you. We will have. I personally like this power bank because it has its own cable. Okay, next we're gonna have invite the next speaker. Other than our friend here, is Po-Soon. Po-Soon is gonna talk about how to revolutionize the security with zero trust security. Po-Soon.
Thanks, everybody. So I'm from utimaco with the company for about 9 years plus. So today I'm going to share with you about zero trust security. What it's all about. I think it's nothing new talking about zero trust. It has been around so many years already. And of course, some people still confuse what really zero trust security is. So I'm going to share with you the model of zero trust security. So if you look into zero trust, the meaning is actually you don't trust anything. Wow, don't trust anything. Isn't that very difficult to handle? So basically, in a nutshell, is that whatever you communicate, access to the company resources, you cannot be trusted. You need to authenticate, you need to verify, you got to put in strict control, whether you access to your application, to your device, or any other resources within a company, you need to verify it. Or that's the most important thing. That's what we mean by zero trust. So it consists of components like identity management. There's a very important. There's fundamentals or the foundation of zero trust. So before you access any resources within your company, you need to get it authenticated. So this is the most important thing. So identity management is the fundamental of it. So all the device, application, or even the user, you need to have an identity. Next is the access management. So again, if the user want to access to any of the application, it depends on what kind of access role you have, whether you have a full administrator role or just a normal user or operator. So that must be defined clearly. Or without proper control, the guy can go into any of the what called company resources and they get access even for those content that they are not supposed to read. So that's important also. And of course, next is encryption. Encryption is talking about confidentiality. So sensitive data need to be protected. And the fundamentals of encryption is how you make it secure. That means you have a key, and the key will be as strong as the encryption. So if your key is not strong enough, so basically anyone can crack it. So all your data will be compromised. And of course, the last one is the authentication. So as I mentioned, for the identity management, all the devices and even the user need to have identity. And when you want to access to the company resources, you need to verify yourself. So authentication can come in the form of MFA, which today people are frequently using it, or they call it multi-form authentication. It can be what I call a token, it can be SMS, it can be other biometrics and so on and so forth. And of course, it encompasses single sign-on and so on and so forth. So if you look at it, the fundamentals of this zero trust is never trust. That's a bit contradicting, but always verify. That's more important. And of course, you always think of how to minimize your attack impact. By means of maybe do end-to-end encryption, verification, or just now we have talked about it. Some of the speakers in a flash test, we have been discussing Cybereason also. And of course, effective context collection and analysis. Okay, one of the two is using SDR, which Cybereason have kind of like explained on this. So what is the benefit for implementing zero trust in your organization? It typically helps increase the security by making your network more resilient. That's one important thing. And better control and visible, because you need to know what your organization, what kind of asset you have, so that you basically know how to protect your internal network or even application or even the user itself. And also it helps to improve the efficiency of our organization, or basically through automation about authentication. And of course, most of the government will recommend this, especially in EU. They have already in place the law to ensure that all organizations within the government entity need to implement zero trust. And of course, it promotes IT awareness internally. Typically, end user, sometimes you thought that they are well educated. There may be some end user may not be as well educated in certain area, because if we talk about cybersecurity, it encompasses from network to application and even deeper into the network. And of course, smart investment, what does it mean? Smart investment is that if you know about data breach, we share by the two speakers. In fact, in a survey report in 2002, the data breach is somewhere about $4 million. It's even more expensive, than if you implement zero trust model. And of course, how you choose the tools, to build a fortress within your organization. There's a few ways to do that, which just now I mentioned: identity management, access management, encryption, and also the last portion is authentication. So actually, utimaco we provide a hardware security module. A hardware security module is a device that protect keys. That means just now I mentioned encryption is talking about you have a key, which I always talk about layman secrecy, that scramble your content so it become unreadable. So the HSM basically, they do this function. They provide the sensitive key within the hardware security module. In the event if someone want to tamper it, want to steal the key, you basically destroy the key inside even before you can gain access to the key material. The next one we have is the public key infrastructures software. So this is the fundamental of creating identity. So you help creating the digital identity to be injecting to the device, or I would say IoT device in general. So this help to make the device become verifiable. And of course, we do have file folder encryption, which basically protects file at data at rest. You can encrypt file and folder in your any of the device, whether it's in cell phone or in tablet, or it can be in servers. And basically, any file that is encrypted, it can be stored anywhere, be it on the cloud or be it on the devices, which just now I did mention. And lastly is the key management. As your organization grows, there's more and more key material to manage. If you talk about 10 to 20 key, that's fine, You can just do a semi-automated, save inside the Excel spreadsheet and manage from there. But if the key become 1,000, 10,000, that become challenging for the organization. So you need a key management to manage the key. So that's important. So this is some of the tools that utimaco can offer to our customer to consider. And we are in the area of high assurance security. Basically, our devices are used in the government and the bank financial sector. So that's the main area. So with this, I think I will just end my presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Posun. Posun, I have a gift for them. There's this gift bag with power bank and some other goodies. And I just want you to give to them, but I'm going to ask a question. Okay, so what is one solution from utimaco? Unfortunately, the slide is still more or less there. What is the one solution from utimaco? Sorry, 1 second.
Integrity management. Integrity management.
Integrity management. Yes, because it's shown on the slide. Thank you very much. And your name is?
Mahesh from Lazada.
Okay, Mahesh, thank you very much for attending this session. And I hope that you have a good day. Please come by our booth and talk to our various partners. Here we have a different solution from Freshworks, Cybereason, utimaco, CloudShine, and also Decisions. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thanks a lot.
Okay, no problem.
He's interested in data protection management.
Okay.
This one,
Testing.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.